Welcome to Spellbound Studio. I'm Tracy and this is Folklore Friday. Before we get started, please become a star in the Spellbound constellation by liking, subscribing, commenting, or sharing. For ways that you can further support the studio, check the links in the description below. Okay, my sparklies, come sit in the circle and listen to the history of Ostara. Ostara is rooted in the ancient spring festivals of Northern Europe, where communities honored the turning of the season from winter scarcity to the promise of new life. Although modern paganism often associates the holiday with the Germanic goddess Ostara, the historical record is sparse. It's mentioned primarily by the Venerable Bede in the 8th century, but whether she was widely worshipped or just a localized figure, the broader cultural pattern is that the Indo-European peoples marked the arrival of spring with rites of renewal, fertility, and the reawakening of the land. Ostara emerges from this long lineage of seasonal celebrations, blending myth, agriculture, and lunar timekeeping into a moment that signaled both survival and hope. Over the centuries, these spring rites mingled with folklore, regional customs, and eventually Christianized observances of Easter, which created a tapestry of traditions that still echoes today. Eggs, bunny rabbits, early flowers, drawn light rituals, all of these symbols existed long before modern pagan revival movements reclaimed them. Contemporary Ostara draws from this patchwork. It's part of a reconstructed tradition. It's partially an intuitive seasonal spirituality. It's also a cultural memory that has carried forward in stories and folk practices. It's a holiday that does not just resurrect an ancient past, it also invites practitioners to stand at the threshold between darkness and light, acknowledge both the uncertainty of history and the enduring power of spring's return. In pagan and witchcraft traditions, colors are not just aesthetics, they're also energetic tools. Each color holds symbolic meaning tied to emotional states, natural cycles, and magical correspondences. When you choose a color for candles, altar clothing, flowers, or even clothing that you would wear, you're intentionally shaping the atmosphere of your ritual. Colors anchor intention. They communicate with the subconscious, they support spell work, and they help align the practitioner with the energies of the season or the deity being honored. During Ostara, when the world is shifting from dormancy to renewal, color becomes the language of rebirth. This palette mirrors the Earth's awakening and it amplifies the magic of new beginnings. For Ostara, we have yellow, which is the light of balance. Yellow embodies the returning strength of the sun. It mirrors the balance between light and dark at the equinox. Warmth, clarity, a sense of possibility. All these things emerge when the world brightens again after we come out of the winter darkness. Bringing yellow into the Ostara ritual through candles or flowers or altar accents, it invites the revitalizing energy of sunlight, and it affirms your connection to the growing days. Pink is another Ostara color, and this is such a lovely color. It is the whisper of soft beginnings. It's a sweetness of early spring, new petals, new growth, unfolding of the season. It's tenderness, compassion, and the affectionate care that nurtures new life. Using pink in your Ostara space can help cultivate emotional softness, self-love, and supports the delicate beginnings of fresh ideas or relationships. Blue represents the expansion of possibilities. It's the widening of the spring sky and also the waters that nourish returning life. It represents calm, renewal, and the boundless possibilities that accompany the turning of the season. Blue elements like fabrics, candles, or even water into your Ostara celebration brings in peace, healing, and a sense of open horizons. And the next color is green, and this is the heart of renewal. This is the pulse of Ostara itself. It echoes the first shoots of growth, grass coming up, leaves budding or leaves opening up on trees. If you have a tree or a branch, and if you cut back that bark and you see that life underneath, same thing. So green is a very important color for spring. So this symbolizes abundance, vitality, and the unstoppable resurgence of life. And how, life cycle, you don't just stop life. So you add green to your altar, clothing, spring planting rituals, whatever it is that you would like to do. So these rituals will align you with the magic of the rebirth and strengthen your connection to the earth as well. A little bit of grounding is always a good thing. Purple is the crown of wisdom. Purple has long been linked with intuition and spiritual depth, brings a contemplative dimension to Ostara, and it represents insight, mystical awakening, and the wisdom that grows as the world returns to life. Using purple during your observance can enrich meditation, heighten intuition, and deepen your spiritual understanding as you move throughout the season. And of course, there's white. This is the purity of new beginnings. White shows up in just about every ritual for many reasons, but in this particular case, it represents the purity of new beginnings. It's a clean slate energy of early spring, clarity, purification, fresh starts, innocence, openness, and the potential of the returning season. So when you put white into your decor or your clothing during Ostara, you amplify cleansing rituals and reinforce your intention for a new beginning. Ostara is rich with creatures and plants that echo the season's themes of rebirth, fertility, and awakening. The rabbit is the most iconic symbol, hands down. This animal has long been associated with lunar cycles and the fertile power of spring. Folklore across Northern Europe paints the hare, or the rabbit, as a magical creature, one that moves between worlds and carries the energy of swift transformation. Birds also play a crucial role, especially as those seen building nests at this time of year. Their songs, their eggs, and renewed activity symbolize the return of life and the start of new beginnings and, just going out into the world. Even insects like bees are in the lore of Ostara because of pollination industry and, of course, the underlying connection between all living things. Plants also mirror these same energies. Early spring flowers like crocus, snowdrops, primrose, and daffodils, they represent resilience. They are the first to push through the soil. They carry messages of hope and renewal. Herbs like lavender, rosemary, and mint are also associated with this season, cleansing and fresh starts. So you can also add these to your altars if you would wish. Incorporate them into your spell work. Folklore ties many of these plants to protection, love, and fertility. They reinforce the idea that spring is a season where magic flows easily through the natural world. Together, these animals and plants form a living tapestry of Ostara's story, grounding the holiday in the rhythms of land and creature alike. Modern pagan and witchcraft practitioners often celebrate Ostara with rituals that emphasize balance, renewal, and intention setting. You can start with a simple cleansing. You open your windows, you burn some incense. You dust your corners out. Those neglected corners that have sat there for months. You could also Build your altars with springtime symbols, eggs, seeds, flowers, candles, daily meditations at a certain time. These are powerful ways to connect with the balance of the equinox and reaffirm any goals that you may have, whatever they may be, big or small. If you prefer a hand-on practice, Ostara is the ideal time for planting, literally and spiritually. Putting seeds into the ground, blessing garden beds, nurturing houseplants, tying your intentions to the living breath of the earth. You can craft, you can make crafts. You can paint symbols onto eggs, sigils. So this is a simple activity into a magical spell work. You can focus on protection, abundance, emotional healing. Some pagans like to create spring charm bags. You can weave flower crowns or prepare seasonal foods as offerings to deities or nature spirits. But however you choose to celebrate, this energy encourages creativity, growth, and a reconnection with the natural world, and that's so very important. Today, Ostara stands as a celebration that blends ancient echoes with modern intention. For many pagans, it's not about perfectly reconstructing historical rites, but it's about honoring the natural rhythm that still shapes our lives today. This has been going on for thousands of years, guys. The equinox becomes a moment of personal alignment. It's a reminder to seek balance, release the heaviness of winter, open ourselves to the ideas and opportunities that are now stirring. In a world that moves quickly and often forgets the seasons, Ostara is your moment to pause, breathe, and reconnect with the wisdom of the earth. This is also, like I said, the time where Ostara also reflects a growing desire for mindful living, whether through gardening, sustainable practices, or just spending more time outdoors. Use this holiday to re-enter your relationship with nature. Reevaluate your goals, refresh any creative energy, and welcome renewal in all its forms. Even if you don't identify as a pagan, you may find meaning in the themes, the hope of longer days, the relief of winter passing, and the spark of possibility that comes with spring. So in this way, it's not just a seasonal Sabbat, but it's a universal reminder of resilience, transformation, and rebirth. This renewal it's not a dramatic event either. This is a steady unfolding. This happens every year like clockwork. It's a quiet push of a plant through the soil, a warm breeze after months of cold weather, the courage to start again even when the world feels uncertain. As the balance of light and dark shifts, this holiday invites us to reclaim our own sense of balance and to nurture the seeds of change within ourselves. In celebrating Ostara, we honor the Earth's resilience and our own. We acknowledge that growth takes time, tenderness, and patience. And as we step into the brighter half of the year, we carry with us the promise that we plant. In soil, in spirit, and in intention, we will take root. Ostara is a threshold, a reminder, and an affirmation. Spring returns, light returns, and so do we. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please return next week for another one. Have a great day and stay spellbound.